Students, now we are going to learn about the continuation of moment of couple. In moment of couple, we have seen that it is measured by the product of any one of the forces and the perpendicular distance between the line of action of two forces. Moment of force and moment of couple is moreover similar to each other. Instead of d distance, we have exchanged the word as s, but unit and everything what we have learned for moment of force, the same thing is for moment of couple. And the last thing, by convention, the direction of movement of a force or couple is taken as positive if the body is rotated in anti-clockwise direction, and it is rotated in clockwise direction, it will be as negative. It means the direction. See, for in next picture it is clearly given as well. In this point also, last picture you can easily view. See, while you are rotating any object like a screw or anything, there will be two type of direction. One is clockwise, another one is anti-clockwise. If in the direction of anti-clockwise, that will be taken as positive, and if it is clockwise direction, that will be taken as negative. And the next picture, it is clearly shown you. Wherever you are loosening or tightening the screw, instantly the rotation is meant to be, see, an angle which is of this angle we have taken as the right angle. We will say this entire thing will be say as tangentially equal, and the angle center point, that is of lines of action of force, we say, and this is force which is acting sine theta. So this picture will give you a clearance of what you mean by torque and what you mean by couple. And next thing, as I told you, clockwise and anti-clockwise direction, isn't it? So in this also, clockwise, in watch, if you see, clockwise, anti-clockwise, that is left to right and right to right. Entire thing 24 hours is subdivided into 12 to half and next half. So this clockwise moment and anti-clockwise moment is represented by these two figures. And the applications, now we are going to learn about the applications of torque. In applications of torque, we are going to see here three parts. One is gear, seiza, and steering wheel. So where the torque is implement. First thing, gear. See, you all know about what I mean by gear is in vehicle, that is mainly car and other vehicles like bus, lorries and all vehicle, trucks, everything what we have used is gear. See, in cycles and bicycle we will be using, that is two-wheelers, maximum it will be carried out by brake system, but four-wheelers and other apart from that, and those heavy carried load carrying vehicles, all it be in all those vehicles we have used what? Gears. So gear is what? It is a circular wheel with the teeth around its rim. It helps to change the speed of rotation of a wheel by changing the torque and helps to transmit power. See, when we are making, putting a gear, the wheel, circular wheel with the teeth in the sense it is a sharp edges which will be kept around its rims, that will help the entire speed of rotation of a wheel by changing what? As I told you, it is nothing but torque that helps to transmit heavy power. And the next thing about seiza. When the heavier person comes closer to the pivot point, it is a game, as I already told you, that we have seen for a moment of couple. It's a pivot point, fulcrum we say, center point, center of mass. The entire weight will be carried out by center of mass if both point is equally balanced with similar weight persons. Heavier person, maybe one side is heavier person and one side is not that much heavier person, but if both the person is equally balanced and both the point, the center of mass is also will be equally balanced, that we saw about equilibrium. The same thing is of the seiza game, and the distance of the line of action of forces is decreases, so it causes less amount of torque. And next thing about steering wheel, a small steering wheel by transferring a torque to the wheels with less effort. Steering wheel is nothing but wheel. In car we are using now, instantly if we want to change direction, we'll be changing the entire steering wheel. We'll change the direction of wheels. So that's what steering wheel about. And next thing, principle of moments. So what we have studied about moment of couple force, the entire thing comes all over entirely in one single topic is principle of moments. When a number of like or unlike parallel forces which act on a rigid body and the body is in equilibrium, that is equilibrium. In such a case, moment in clockwise direction which is equal to the moment in anti-clockwise direction, that is moment of a force or moment of a couple, which m is equal to fs or f into d. The same thing, clockwise direction, we have two direction, one is clockwise, another one is anti-clockwise. If both is equal, we'll say that that is represent in the equation which of f1 into d1, which is equal to f2 into d2. And at equilibrium, algebraic sum of moments of all individual forces about any point will be equal to 0. That is, all the force is equal to 0 in the sense it is balanced. If the force is not at unbalanced, that we say as unbalanced, which will not equal to 0. And next thing, the above topic, principle of moments, it will be comes under 3 mark question, or maybe asked in 4 mark questions, important 4 mark question. And next thing, so up to this principle of moments, all we have seen under the topic of Newton's first law of motion. As I told you, if a body has to be changed its position, that is, if a body is at rest or if a body is on continuously moving, instant we want to change its movement or its rest position, what we have to apply is force. Similarly, that is our first law. What do you mean by second law is when that thing is happening, it means when that rest position or the moving position is getting entirely changed, what has to be changed? Momentum is nothing but the another new word is entering here. Momentum is nothing but the placement of the entire body will be getting changed, which from one side to the next side. That is, according to this law, the force which is acting on a body is directly proportional to the rate of change of linear momentum of the body and the change in momentum that takes place in the direction of the force. This law is also can be short out by it's nothing but Newton's second law is defined as the force acting is equal to the rate of change of momentum. Instead of writing the entire thing, you can shortcut it out. It's nothing but body. When the force is acting on an individual or entire thing of the particular object or a body, what will happen? That force makes the entire body to get move from its original position. So that part we say as linear momentum. So the force which is equal to change in momentum by time taken. Everything, whatever the action is happening upon us, that will have a particular time. So this is all taken by a particular time. So force is equal, that is proportional to the change in momentum by time taken. That will that is represented with the formula F is equal to ma. And with this, we have a continuous 5 mark question, that is initial momentum, that is represented by an principle. We have that initial momentum of a body pi. We say that initial momentum, when the momentum is start, since it is not started, means that will initial we say. So if it is started, that from the rest position, the initial momentum of a body, we say that as pi. So unless it starts, the entire thing will comes under 0 position, isn't it? So the initial momentum of pi, which is equal to what we say as m u. Here acceleration is nothing but acceleration is equal to change in velocity by time taken. So initial momentum or initial velocity we say here as u, and the final momentum of the body, which is pf, that is equal to mv. U and v is nothing but velocity. Acceleration is what? Change in velocity by time taken. So instead of acceleration, we have deduced what? The acceleration formula. And next thing, change in momentum. Change, the word change here in physics we use it in which symbol we will be representing change is nothing but del p. Del p. So del p is equal to pf minus pi. Why we have represented here by pf by pi is minus pi is nothing but final momentum minus initial momentum. In mathematics we will be studying, if you want to minus 10 or 10 from 10 and 8, we won't go from 8 minus 10, it will be taken by 10 minus 8. It means from the higher digit we will be reducing the lower digit. Similarly here, initial momentum is nothing but just now it has been started its moment. So until that it's starting, the entire part will be 0. So when it is taken, the initial momentum u value will always be considered as 0. In such a case, the higher part only will taken as what? Final momentum. It means final pf. So pf minus pi. In such a case, the entire, instead of pf and pi, what we will be substituting? Mv minus mu, that is mv momentum and velocity, mv minus mu, that is final velocity and initial velocity of mu. So by our first Newton's second law of motion, now from our Newton's second law of motion we are going to substitute the formula as nothing but F is proportional to change of momentum. When F is proportional to change of rate of change of momentum, and this change in momentum by time taken, mv minus mu is entirely divided by what? Time taken, which is nothing but t. Right? So here we can take proportionality can be taken as, here proportionality we have to consider as k. Why? Because k is nothing but it is a proportionality constant, and in physics we will be maximum going to use this thing, and k is equal to the value of k is what? 1 in all system of units. So we have FPS, lot of systems, SI systems. In such a case, k is, we will be considering k as a proportionality constant, and k is equal to what? 1 in all system of units. So instead of taking the proportionality km and v, that is both are velocity, so v minus u, we have to consider the velocity alone commonly, because m is common for both the thing. So km into v minus u by time taken t. Now from this, k is, as we know that the value of k is what? 1. So we have to take it out, and F is equal to, what is the formula? M into v minus u by time taken. So finally we can say the acceleration, which is equal to change in velocity by time taken. We know that, and a is equal to what? V minus u by time taken. So instead of this v minus u by time taken, we are going to substitute what? Acceleration. So finally we proved the Newton's second law of equation with this experiment, and force is equal to what? Finally mass into acceleration. And finally this we can convey, if no external forces required to maintain the motion of a body which is moving with uniform velocity, when the net force is acting on the body is not equal to 0. So it is with this thing, if such a case will happen, if not as external forces applied to stop the body or move, instantly that type of thing will, the net force will act on that body, particularly we say as unbalanced force, that is that entire thing will not equal to 0. Now the next topic, centripetal force. Centripetal force is nothing but force which is required to produce what? Acceleration of a body. Acceleration is what? Change in velocity by time taken. When a body is at rest, until we are applying force, the body won't be get change. If you apply force, what will happen? Automatically the body position will get changed. So that position is getting changed, we say as what? Acceleration of a body. அப்போ ஒரு force apply பண்ணோம்னா என்ன ஆகும்? அந்த பாடியினுடைய மொமெண்டமும் சேஞ்ச் ஆகும். அதாவது நம்ம அதே பிளேஸ்ல இருக்க மாட்டோம். என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? மாறுவோம். அந்த நம்மளுடைய பொசிஷன் சேஞ்ச் ஆகிறத நம்ம என்னன்னு சொல்கிறோம்? acceleration of a body. So in such a case, in a uniform circular motion, we even though the speed remains constant, the direction of the velocity will get changes at every point on the circular path. So the acceleration is produced along what? The radius. That is called as centripetal acceleration. As you know that in motion we have types of motion. Circular motion or one of the part, right? In such a case, if we consider uniform circular motion in the sense, say for example, if you say the rotation of, if you take rotation of earth or rotation of moon and also the rotation of sun, that the speed how it will rotating, it won't get changed. Daytime once, and if you compare daytime and nighttime, there will be not a single change of speed in a, when it is rotating. Sure, the speed of rotation, not in a single second it won't get changed. It means the speed will be remains constant. So in such a part of uniform motion, the direction of the velocity, that will get changed. Direction in the sense, if another one example I am telling you, if you take a stone and tied the stone on a thread, stand in a position and make that thread to get start the thread to get rotate instantly. When it is starting the rotation, when you start the rotation, you can notify it is a circular motion, uniform circular motion, and also that type of motion we say as rotational motion. Okay, when you have started that stone to get move, instantly the velocity of the stone, velocity in this nothing but position, and that will also get what? Changed. In such a case, when it is changing, entire entire path, at each and every point on circular path, the speed is getting, the speed will be remains constant, but the velocity, it means the position alone is getting what? Changes. So this type of acceleration is produced along a radius. Radius in the sense, when we have taken a circular path, if you consider a half of a part as we say as a radius, right? So diameter, that part will be interior, that is subdivided into what? A radius. In mathematics you have been studied, yes. Similarly, so this type of acceleration we say as what? Centripetal acceleration. And what is the unit of force? Is nothing but Newton. SI unit of force is Newton. And if we see this unit in CJ system, it will be considered as dyne. And next thing, in before slide we have seen about centripetal acceleration. Now we are going to see about centripetal force. So to move the entire body, what we have applied is nothing but force. So that force which we produce that entire body to get change, we say as centripetal force. And the definition of 1 Newton is nothing but amount of force which is required for a body of mass 1 kg produces an acceleration of 1 meter second inverse 1. So that entire thing, if you consider in a unit of 1 Newton, what is the value of 1 Newton? Is nothing but 1 Newton is equal to 1 kg ms inverse 2. அதாவது ஒரு நியூட்டனோட டெஃபினேஷன் எப்படி சொல்கிறாங்கன்னா, ஒரு கிலோகிராம் ஒரு பாடியினுடைய வெயிட் நம்ம 1 kgன்னு கன்சிடர் பண்ணிக்கிறோம். அப்போ அந்த 1 kg இருக்கக்கூடிய பாடி வெயிட்டை மூவ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு எவ்வளோ ஃபோர்ஸ் அப்ளை பண்ணுறோம். அப்படி ஃபோர்ஸ் அப்ளை பண்ணும்போது அது எவ்வளோ டிஸ்டன்ஸ் கேரி அவுட் ஆகி மூவ் ஆகுது, அதனுடைய மொமெண்டம் சேஞ்ச் ஆகுது. தட் இஸ் த பொசிஷன் இஸ் கேரிட் அவுட், the position is getting changed by the what we say as acceleration. So that evlo meter, the length, the distance, that we say as 1 meter s inverse 2. So finally 1 Newton is what? 1 kg ms inverse 2. And next thing we are going into definition of 1 dyne. So 1 Newton, that is previous what we have seen is SI system. Force நோடைய SI system ஓட unit தான் Newton. அப்போ அதனோட definition பார்த்தோம். Now we are seeing about 1 dyne. It is CGS system. அப்போ CGS system அப்படின் போது instead of 1 kg we are going to reduce it as gram, and meter, instead of meter we will be going to insert what? Centimeter. Suppose only the system is getting changed, but that is the concept is same. அப்போ அது டைன் ஆகட்டும், சிஸ்டம் மேபி எஸ்ஐ சிஸ்டமாக இருக்கலாம், சிஜிஏ சிஸ்டமாக இருக்கலாம், நியூட்டனுடைய அந்த டெஃபினேஷன் வந்து காமன் தான். என்ன சேஞ்ச் ஆகுது? அதனுடைய கிராம் கிலோகிராம், அதனோட சிஸ்டமனோட பாடியினோட வெயிட்டேஜ் மட்டும் என்ன ஆகும்? சேஞ்ச் ஆகும். இதை டெடியூஸ் பண்ணக்கூடிய யூனிட் மட்டும் என்ன ஆகும்? சேஞ்ச் ஆகும். நியூட்டனில் கேஜியாக இருக்கக்கூடியது, டயனில் என்னவா இருக்கும்? கிராம். இங்கே மீட்டராக இருக்கக்கூடியது சென்டிமீட்டர். அப்போ 1 டைனோட டெஃபினேஷன் என்னன்னு பார்த்தோம்னா, the amount of force which is required for a body of mass of 1 gram which produces an acceleration of 1 centimeter s inverse 2. And finally we can conclude this 1 dyne is equal to what? 1 gram centimeter s inverse 2. And this, what is the value of 1 Newton is nothing but 10 power 5 dyne. அப்போ டோட்டலா ஒரு நியூட்டனை dyne systemல நம்ம கன்வெர்ட் பண்ணோம்னா the value of 1 Newton is 10 power 5 dyne. Upon this entire value what you have learned from this topic, it's all important 1 marks. And next thing, unit of force. For force nodaya unit, the amount of force which is required to produce an acceleration of 1 meter second inverse 2 in a body of mass 1 kg is called what? Unit mass. What you have studied in definition of 1 Newton, the same is for unit force. Only the heading is getting changed, so don't get confused. All the 3 things is important 2 mark question, and the unit is, please underline those units. All it will be comes under important 1 mark questions. These are additional important 1 mark questions. And next, gravitational unit of force.